If you're watching this video, then there's a good chance your wife has left you. Maybe she's actually moved out of the house. Maybe she's sleeping in another room, or perhaps she's just distancing herself emotionally. Whatever the situation, you're here because you sense your wife moving away from you and you want to know how to win her back. If this sounds like you, then you've come to the right place. Hi, my name's Nathan and I'm a coach here at Marriage Helper. I work with men every single day who find themselves in situations just like this. In this video, I'll discuss the 3 most common mistakes I see husbands make when they feel their wives are leaving them. I'll also explain why those mistakes don't work. And finally, leave you with some things you can start doing today that will have a positive effect on your marriage. Make sure you make it to the end of this video where you'll receive a free mini course that further explains what you can do to get your wife to fall in love with you. Before we dive in, can I ask you a favor? Take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Marriage Helper exists to strengthen, support, and save marriages to last a lifetime. We especially focus on marriages in crisis, and we want to reach as many people as we can with messages of hope, like this one. Okay, let's start by exploring the 3 most common mistakes we see husbands make when trying to win back their wives. The first mistake is to beg, plead, and utilize guilt to get your wife to stay. Many of my clients come to me in a panic because their wives have left them in some form or fashion. This panic is understandable. So much of their identity, their future, and their most important relationships in life are connected to the health of their marriages. When a wife leaves, the husband doesn't just lose his lover and best friend, but in many respects himself. Because of the severity of the loss, a husband will often act out of that panic to do whatever it takes to get his wife to stay, including playing the victim card to keep his wife around. This strategy, which is really more of an emotional response than a calculated plan, is designed to make the wife feel bad about her decision to leave. And can I just be frank with you? It simply doesn't work. And later on in this video, I'll explain why. For now, let me just add a few things that will hopefully help. First, if you've been in this place emotionally, let me say that I'm sorry. And while it may not mean much because I'm just some dude on the internet, allow me a second to sit with you and say that I know what it feels like to have a spouse leave. It sucks. And I'm sorry for your pain. Second, allow me to clarify that if your wife has left you, I'm not taking her side, nor am I trying to make you feel weak or silly for responding in a panic. Again, I've been where you are and I've done the very thing I'm telling you not to do. The hurt and fear are real and difficult to overcome. But at Marriage Helper, we're going to tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear. And we're going to give you the tools to turn things around, even if those tools are difficult to implement. So as hard as it may be, don't beg, plead, or utilize guilt to get your spouse to stay. The second mistake I see a lot of men make when trying to win back their wife is by making it difficult for the wife to leave. This can take a lot of different forms. One way husbands do this is with finances. Many times, in a desperate attempt to keep their wives, men will move money around in order to scare their wives into staying. She won't leave me if she's broke, they think. Another form would be reputation bashing, especially on social media. This is common when the wife who is leaving is involved with someone else. The husband being left will often threaten, and sometimes follow through, with making public the details of the affair with the hope that his wife will rethink her decision to leave for another man. Or, if she follows through with the affair, will doom her new relationship. Neither of these work. Resist the urge to make it difficult for your wife to leave. The third mistake men make when trying to win back their wives is snooping. If your wife has left you, you've undoubtedly obsessed over what she's up to. And this has probably led you to invade her privacy to some degree. I've seen it all. Examining phone records, logging into her email and social media, checking her phone when she's not looking. I've even seen some men place trackers in her car, cameras in her bedroom, and even microphones under her bed. Guys, I'm begging you, resist the urge to snoop. Please take my word for it. It does not work. Not once in my experience has snooping ever produced anything good in the relationship. It typically only does two things. Number one, it gives you access to things that make it more difficult for you to stand for your marriage. We call it pain shopping. In our experience, whenever you go pain shopping, you'll always come home with what you were looking for, more pain. And number two, when the wife finds out, and she will find out, it makes her even more angry and bitter, which further strains the marriage. Make sure you don't fall into the trap of snooping. So, if you want to win your wife back, make sure you don't do these three things. Before we get into what to do to win her back, let's see if we can further explore why these three common pitfalls don't work. At their core, each of these mistakes is an attempt to control your wife. You say, what do you mean? Well, in each of these examples, the husband is manipulating the environment in such a way to force his wife to stay. By begging, pleading, and utilizing guilt, the husband is attempting to get his wife to stay, not because she wants to, but because she has to in order to avoid the negative emotion he's stirring up. By making it difficult for his wife to leave, either by controlling finances or reputation smearing, the husband is attempting to get his wife to stay, not because she wants to, but so she can avoid the pain of her husband's reaction. By snooping, the husband is gathering information, usually to catch her in a lie or some other marriage violation, so that he can then use that information against her, to make her the bad guy. And then we're back to guilt, making her feel bad enough to stay, not because she wants to, but so she can avoid shame. Are you noticing a common theme? In each of these examples, the husband is trying to force his wife to stay, not because she wants to, but because she has to. When we try to control our wives, we miss the underlying principle of why our wives were leaving in the first place, and thus compound the problem in the marriage. You say, what underlying principle? Here it is. People don't leave what they have unless they think what they're going to is better. If your wife is leaving you, she's doing so because she believes there's a better option. Whether she's right or wrong is irrelevant. The point is that she thinks leaving is the better option. Now, I know that may be hard to accept, but like I told you earlier, we're always going to tell you the truth at Marriage Helper. With this principle in mind, do you see how attempts to control only make the marriage worse? If your wife is leaving you, it means she thinks something or someone out there is better. If you respond to that behavior by attempting to control, you only make yourself that easier to leave because nobody likes to be controlled. Okay, so we've discussed the three most common mistakes husbands make when their wives leave them and why those mistakes don't work. So what should you do to win your spouse back? The answer is to become the best version of yourself. I like to use the analogy of building a fence versus digging a well. If you've got a large plot of land with a bunch of cattle to raise, then you basically have two options to keep them on your land and off of your neighbors. The first is to build a fence. It's costly, time-consuming, needs constant repair and maintenance, and most importantly, never addresses the core issues, the core needs of the cattle. The second is to dig a well. It's simple, relatively cost-effective, and most importantly, addresses the core needs of the cattle. And what is that core need? Refreshment. The cows need a reliable source of food and water. If the cows keep leaving, you can keep building fences, but don't be surprised if they bail as soon as an opportunity arises. Instead, why not dig a well, which waters the cattle and the field and provides for their needs so they never want to leave in the first place? You say, Nathan, are you saying it's my fault my spouse left? No, I'm not. Nor am I calling your wife a cow. That'd be a problem for a number of reasons. What I'm saying is that you can only control yourself. And if you're willing to look close enough, you'll probably be able to discover attitudes and behaviors within yourself that looked more like fence building and less like well digging. Okay, so what should you do to become the best version of yourself? Allow me to introduce you to the PIES. PIES is an acronym that stands for physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. We use pies to help our clients understand and improve their attraction. Remember, people don't leave what they have unless they think what they're going to is better. We want you to become the best version of yourself physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. Because becoming a better you will make it harder for your spouse to leave, or if she's already left, will make it much more likely for her to return to you. So, you want to win your wife back? Get serious about your pies. I encourage my clients to start by assessing where they are currently in their pies using a 10-point scale. Physically, given your age and situation in life, what number would you give yourself? Could you lose some pounds? Is your wardrobe outdated? How's your hygiene? When's the last time you paid to get your hair cut? Intellectually, what number would you give yourself? When's the last time you read a book? Are you a person who's easy to talk to, who asks good questions and can hold a conversation? Emotionally, how would you rate yourself? Do you feel at peace with who you are aside from the marriage? Do you prioritize yourself enough to do things that you enjoy in life? Do you evoke emotions within people that they enjoy feeling? Spiritually, where are you on that 10-point scale? If you're a religious person, are you practicing what you preach? Are you devoting time to prayer and contemplation? If you're not a religious person, are you living within your belief and value system? Are you becoming the kind of person you respect and love? Once you've given yourself a score in each category, sit down and dream up what the best version of yourself would look like and what it would take to get there. If you feel like you're a 6 physically, what would need to change to get you to an 8? If you're a 3 intellectually, what could you implement in your life to maybe get you up to a 7? You get the idea. Once you know where you are, where you want to go, and how to get there, start doing it. Pies only works when they're put into practice. Get serious about becoming the best version of yourself and put in the work to get there. You say, Nathan, but my wife has left me. I can't just let her go. Brother, she's already gone. You can't control her. Well, you can, but remember, it never works. Don't dwell on the things you can't control. Don't build fences. Dig a well. If you want to win back your wife, the best thing you can do is to increase your attraction by working on your pies. Well, there you have it. What do you think? Have you fallen into some of the traps I mentioned earlier? What do you think your greatest area of improvement is in your pies? Take a second to leave a comment and let us know. We'd love to hear from you. As promised, here's a free resource to further help you get your wife to fall back in love with you. Finally, we've created a similar video to this one designed for wives who want to get their husbands back. Feel free to check it out, as some of the information is sure to help you in your situation. Remember, there is hope for your marriage, but it starts with you. Thanks for watching.